Peace, 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 peace. You up, God? You up, God? My Virgo brother, peace, Vandals and Vandalettes. It's the God Mathematics, and you now watching the Vandal Hour Season 6 live on S.STREET Media. That is the new home of the motherfucking Vandal Hour. If you don't know, it's the new movement. This is where we at now. You can catch us every Saturday from 4 to 6. Do we be here 4 to 6? Hell goddamn no, but we usually are in that realm of time. Make sure you just tuned in when we ready to go. We're going to have some live stream, live on our Instagram. So you know when we on, make sure you're tuned the fuck in. You can also catch us on our Ustream page, which is our S.STREET Media. You can catch us on our YouTube page, which is S.STREET Media. Also, Google the Vandal Hour. Make sure you tuned in to what the fuck we got going on. Check us out at www.sstreetmedia.info. Last week, we just uploaded our episode with Nico NBK. It's on our YouTube page. Just Google, just put in a search engine, the Vandal Hour Season 6, Nico NBK. It will pop up. Some of our DTF radio joints do pop up also. So make sure you're tuned in. You know, we also want to let y'all know we are connecting now with the radio, real radio, not internet radio, but real radio. We will now be on 905 FM. If you go to our our website, you could go directly to our connection to the radio station. We will be having new shows on radio now. If you don't know, 4-hour joints. Playing underground radio shit like the new 89.9. I'm trying to be Bobito, Stretch Armstrong right now, if y'all don't know. You good, God? Gotta wake up. You gotta wake up, God. You gotta wake up. Yo, shout out to my man Chase, who beat was playing in the beginning. That's like my Warriors drum. For the people who know, that's just 2 episodes now. That's like my Warriors drum and shit. So that will be one of the songs you will be hearing on a regular. It's originally produced by the God Chase, our new intern here on the Vandal Hour. So and he got some things that's coming up. Him working with S.STREET Media. Be on the lookout for that. I hope the God is good. My old school brother. I don't want to go into nothing else first. I want to make sure I introduce to y'all one of our guests tonight. Reps HDM. How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing?
How are you?
You good?
I'm good.
You got the family here. I'm glad you got the family with you. Both of your 2 of your sons here, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad they there. They family. Me and the God go back to like the Sandbox era. Literally, you know what I mean? Me, him, Nep TCH is one of my original brothers also. I'm glad you're here. How you doing? You came from Colorado, right?
Yeah, we just came out of Coney Island.
How was the Coney Island experience?
It was cool. We spun a lot of stickers up, me and my big son.
Now, you already know that you like addicted to the sticker craze. New York is waiting for some of them rep stickers to be hit up scene and shit like that.
Yeah, we did Williamsburg last time we was here.
Yeah, I seen your shit in a fucking barbershop, man.
Yeah, and then we just today we did some Coney Island. Tonight me and my son are gonna go bombing.
Well, I'm gonna get more into detail with you, but before I do that. And I just gotta talk about a couple of things, you know what I mean? Connect with the Vandal Hour viewers and shit like that. You know what I mean? For y'all that don't know, last night we had an event, a really dope event called Black Books and Crooks 2. And it was really crazy. I got to see my brother Facts on Wax was there. You know what I mean? Me and him was chilling. He was wired. But, you know, me and him got some things going on, so we was chilling. You know, some other people was in there hitting walls and shit like that. Phantom of the Beat was there. Made for Kings was there. You know, a lot of my 501 brothers was there and sisters. It was a really dope event. I don't want to go too much into detail because I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later. But it was dope hanging with the family. Everybody was super wasted. You know what I mean? Shout out to Over NFG, man. He's a cool dude, funny individual. Show me some things on his phone I don't want to talk about, but it's definitely, he is crazy. He is crazy. I don't know. I mean, shout out to Over and everybody who came through and shit like that. But before I get into all of that, some things have been happening that I gotta address. This rap list that is all over social media. Everybody's talking about this. Who's the nicest? The top 50 and all that. Now it's been other lists that has been made. If you don't know, this list is like all the who's the nicest MC, and it's kind of making its rounds all through social media. They got number 3 as Joe Buttons. I don't know how they got Joe Buttons as number 3. That's crazy, right? You know what I mean? I would not put Joe Buttons at number 3. They got like Lloyd Banks like at 50. This is crazy. You know what I mean? But right now, this is trending in social media. Also, for the people who listen to the Vandal Hour's voice in this underground hip hop shit, Benny the Butcher signs with Rock Nation Management. Also, Meek Mills. For the people who don't know who Benny the Butcher is, that's a shame. The dude got some shit called 97 Hove. He shot in Marcy Projects. You know what I mean? The hood, he shot that shit in the hood. You know what I mean? They part of something called Griselda. Griselda is like a big record company movement going on. They have like Conway, West Side Gun. If you're not aware. But Benny the Butcher signs with Rock Nation. He had pictures with Jay-Z and shit like that. Congratulations to them. Also this week, Rick Ross drops Port of Miami 2. They had the listening party in New York. I know a couple of people who was there. Shout out to Star from Bar Talk Radio. She was there. She got some live footage of it and shit like that. But I seen Wendy Williams fucking with Rick Ross and Meek Mills. Crazy shit. Shout out to Rick Ross. The album E4, I think, is a classic. One of my personal favorites. Also, out this week, my son is here from down south, and he's been putting me on to a lot of shit that he's watching. I'm gonna put you on to something that I've seen. I seen the last season of Gotham. Gotham is that Batman shit. You know what I mean? He actually turns to Batman on the. I got to be my bad. You know I like to blow shit up anyway. You know what I mean? But if you don't watch Gotham, check out this Gotham shit. It was a good. The last season is a dope season. Joker is in it. Catwoman. They showed it 10 years later. It's crazy. Also, check out that Wu-Tang Clan has a new show coming out on Hulu. I think you should make sure you check out. I just checked out the documentary. The documentary was crazy. I watched it. It's 4 parts. It's on Showtime or something like that. I think I recommend it to anybody who's into business, in rap business, and also into Wu-Tang Clan. It's a dope joint. Also, this week, they had the Sean P. candle lighting and event at the 5 Spot, celebrating the life and times of Sean P. Sean P. is one of the members of Helter Skelter, along with Rock, who passed away. Pardon me for a sec. This shit keep fucking with me right now. You know what I mean? Hold it for a sec. But yeah, Sean P. lighting happened on Kingston. And I forgot the other, Bergen, I believe. And after party was at the 5 Spot. It was thrown by Stuck B, his brother, who has a show on S.STREET Media called The Fuck Outta Here Podcast with Thunny Brown. Yeah, that's the name of the show. The fuck out of here podcast on S.STREET Media. It was crazy. I'm not gonna go into this, but the mass shooting shit, crazy. I don't know what the fuck is going on with America. I'm not gonna really put my 2 cents into it, but I did see something on social media. A black couple, when the shooting starts, everybody starts running. The girlfriend, the couple is running. The girl falls. The husband falls over her, covers her while the shooting is going on, drags her to to the side, covering her, picks her up, and keep moving. That shit was crazy. If you know what I'm talking about, it was kind of crazy. But it's on social media and shit like that. So, that's just a couple of things I wanted to talk about real quick. On some interesting things. But for the people that might not be familiar with this part of the show, but this is going to be get into this week in the Vandal Hour News. We usually have a lot of all this crazy shit, but Swift is not here, and we don't got our drops that we're supposed to have. Shout out to DJ Swift, who's supposed to have my man Chase with all our drops, but we'll get to that soon. Hopefully in one of these episodes, we'll have all our sound effects and all that shit back. But for the Vandal Hour News, the 501 reunion is coming up August 24th. It's happening in Coney Island. Check out these different pages, like Fogg's page. Check out Breyer, who's going to be on the Vandal Hour the day before to be interviewed. Make sure y'all check that out. Also, the Beyond the Streets exhibit. Do y'all know what the Beyond the Streets exhibit is? You heard about it? Everybody heard about it?
Yeah, my boy Chino's the curator.
Oh, get out of here, man! Yeah. How, what did you see? Anything that caught your eye?
Well, actually, the book. When I saw the book before the show, I liked it. The Seth dude, man, he kills it on those pieces on that show. But also, I'm a big fan of Say City, and he did a little something in there. It was pretty fresh.
Yo, I seen the Smith saying part of it on June 457 page. Shout out to the Vandal Hour Guard, June 457. The Beyond the Street, for the people who don't know what the Beyond the Street shit is, it is an art gallery. It's open to the August 25th. It's on 25 Kent Avenue in Brooklyn, Willie B. I'm on our way. We have 150 artists featuring Claw, 17, Smith Saying, Giz, Stay High 149, pardon me, Cornbread, Chino BYI, Hayes, Easy, and this is from what I'm hearing, it's very dope. I gotta go. From what I'm hearing, it is a dope event. June 4th, 5/7 got a lot of pictures on his page. If you want to check out behind the scenes type shit, it looks interesting. I definitely want to check it out before it leaves. But yeah, that's going on right now. Also, the Black Books and Crooks event happened last night. It was dope. We had performers come through. Shout out to all the performers that did their thing last night. We had some dope vendors involved. We had live painting going on in the back. Shout out to all the people who came out and did their thing. It was crazy. It was a dope night, man. We're gonna be doing something. I think we got the Vandal Hour Museum coming up in the next couple of weeks. We'll be advertising for that. But now I'm gonna get into this section where this week and Vandal's flexing. It's not new shit. It's not old shit. It is the thing. People who catch our eye regardless. Basher again has been on Vandal flexing. He's doing a lot of stuff, man. Juice is doing a lot of. I see some nice things also. Life SBR has also been doing some dope shit. 8G also I've been seeing a lot of. True. I'm not gonna tell you the borough, but there's a place that I've been seeing a lot of this True dude a lot. Trees, Dink, PBS, Kiki, STS. Shout out to these dudes that's been doing their thing and have done their thing in the past. Definitely flexing in all major ways. If you want to be a part of Vandal's flexing, you can DM us a picture, whatever, we'll post it. If it's trash, we're not fucking with it. And we might block you, not fucking with you. But it got to be something that's worth talking about or posting. I'll definitely give you light. We ain't trying to bogart on no one, but if it's trash, it might not be respected. So let me get into the person that's here tonight with me. As I said, we got Reps, HDM, TMR. Any other crew you want to shout out?
UW, Lords of Brooklyn, TM7.
Lords of Brooklyn, man. Do y'all know who Lords of Brooklyn is? Right? Tell them. I want to talk about you, but for the people who might not know who Lords of Brooklyn is, give us a little history on Lords of Brooklyn.
There are a bunch of riders from Bay Ridge mostly, and some from Staten Island. But Caves, the guy at the press, he's an artist, performer, and his brother ADS. They've been in the game forever. They've been painting. They actually just dropped a 25-year anniversary. They're about to drop a new album. They actually got a couple of new videos on YouTube that I've watched. They're pretty dope.
I remember back in the days when they had a couple of videos. Not rap videos, but graph videos. Lords of Brooklyn graph videos. You remember those?
Yeah, they used to be on Videographs. And
sure indeed.
They did a soundtrack for a movie called Gravesend a long time ago. They had Everlast on the video, but ever since then, Everlast and Cave's done a couple of tracks, pretty dope songs.
Yeah, they was definitely representing back then, doing what they do. How was it when did you ever paint with them?
I painted with Scope not so long ago in San Francisco.
Staten Island Scope?
Yeah.
Wow.
He moved to San Fran. He's making it out there, painting with this guys, Keb, ICP, a couple other dudes out there. He's pretty legit too. They got so much skills. Mars too, but I think Mars fell off. He's doing black books mostly now, putting in old school pictures from his black books.
Well, yeah, it's crazy because a lot of we don't have too many pieces on the Vandal Hour, so you're like one of the first pieces for like this season. We had probably like one or two more, but we don't have too many pieces on the Vandal Hour. So I like to give a little background on you myself because I know you, so I could talk about you. First of all, this is the guy who actually did the hand style behind the bandanas and the shit on the wall that you always see hanging up at all our events. He has also did the Vandal Hour banner in Colorado. Who's the person you did that with?
Taste, MDR crew, and Skev CTS.
Yeah, he's the person that did that for us also. He has did the help behind the graphics behind the 1718 collective logo also. A lot of our stickers, the bandana one and the one that was before that, with the post sticker, that's all Reps work. So he has given us the face of the Vandal Hour in the aspect of our mediums has come from this brother right here. Who's some of the other people that you work with graphically?
What do you mean graphically?
Like how many you designed a lot of dudes?
I've done like Mutts, AA shirts. I've done a lot of graffiti crews. Right now I'm doing FNGTF shirt. I did the UW shirt. I've done the Queen's Finest handwriting for one of their T-shirts.
Yeah, I remember those.
And,
they still use that.
Yeah, and they just had on an ad the other day. I guess 1718 Collective shirt. And then a couple of other people, but I can't remember right now. Did a couple of T-shirts too going for clothing. Some people hit me up in Colorado and they wanted to use my handwriting.
Let me ask you a question, man. what got you like? Why do you think so many people ask for your hand style, man? What makes your hand style stand out, or why do you think that people ask you to do their joints?
I don't know. Some people just like my handwriting. It looks kind of fancy, I guess.
It is, it is,
Yeah.
it is, but legible though. Is
It's readable.
very legible, man.
Made a lot of money out of it a couple of years ago. It helped me pay my bills.
I can imagine. You have to game. You done did the writing for their shit.
Yeah,
You know?
no, I get a lot of people hit me up, and for a while, I'm actually should be doing a TMR shirt for design for the Mob Rules, which is a clothing line by my boys from TMR.
Yo, how did you, like TMR is a definitely a classic crew. How did you connect with TMR?
Well, I was painting with Chino a couple of years back, and one of his boys, named Kite TMR, hit me up and I wanted to paint, and we linked up and we became friends. Got him active. He started painting a lot, and he put me down. And then I guess one of the barbecues I came and painted with the rest of the crew, but I'm friends with a lot of them off graph, nothing to do with graph. I'm really cool with most of them. And on the graph level, I'm in my own little world, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, man. Like when I think about piecing, your shit is definitely catered to yourself. It's your shit. Like when I see your shit, I know that's a rep joint. If you could describe your style in a few words, describe what would you describe it as?
Semi-organic. It's got, it looks a little robotic. It looks pretty repetitive, but it's just like very mechanics, just really small. I don't paint big, so I'm learning to paint big now. As I paint bigger, it looks more robotic, and pretty much starting to do like working on doing metal style pieces, so it looks more like robotic in real life than colorful. I'm colorblind, so I only paint one or the other way. I go from light to dark, dark to light.
So let me say this: do you a lot of your pieces I don't see with characters? Do you stay away from the character aspect?
I like to draw. I just don't draw. I don't draw my name, so I just paint. I don't know how to really draw, but when I was younger, I used to. My boy Hops used to inspire me to do characters when I hanged around him, but then I relocated, so that inspiration kind of faded after a while because, he was more like the artist type. He could do, characters. He's really good with doing backgrounds and his piece. And when I met them, I was more into letterings only, so I never really got into the whole background. But I'll do it. If you give me the cans and the paper, I'll paint it.
All right, how many pieces you did last year?
Last year I didn't paint as much as last year. I just went through a separation, so I went through a little
Life situations.
Yeah, it'll become more like a full-time dad. But the year before that, I did about 100, 175 of them. Year before that, I painted freights like almost every other night. Or on my way out of work, I go paint something, so about 300 or more,
When you piece, do you like to change it up every piece, or do you kind of like try to master a particular style?
I just stack them. The one letter goes here, the other one, and they kind of fit into it, and then I make sure that they look even on the ends, But I don't really like draw it, so I just paint.
Color schemes. How you come up with your color schemes?
Well, I grew up looking at my man Kurz, Kerz from UW and King B. So I look up to the way they paint. So I look at their stuff, so they inspire me. So I kind of copy some of their stuff. But before that, Demo and Stay 2, they kind of got me into simple but kind of funky. So I don't put a lot of colors in it. I do put designs to bring it out more, but I kind of keep it simple so I can paint fast.
Do you come to the wall with a sketch, or do you off the top of the head?
Nah, I never drew. I don't like to draw. When I draw, it's just digitally, but I don't draw. I just paint.
Who's some of your when in the piecing aspect, who's some of your influences?
It's a lot. I got King B, Kurz, Caves, even Chino. A lot of the Chino pieces that he do now, they fresh. I mean, 90% of TMR is pretty fresh. My boy Jez, I mean, I always like his stuff, even from when we met when we were younger. A lot of Cess and Kurz, they're like my favorite writers growing up. You know, even when they evolved, I started evolving, but, you know, can't keep up with guys like them, but I try to stay in the game just in case people forget about me. I've been in Colorado for 20 years. My boy Jive influenced me a lot, and Emmett, you know, those guys. Oh, Emmett. Emmett. They influenced me a lot, and they inspired me to paint bigger and stuff. They're really dope dudes and stuff. So I guess whoever paints around me inspires me. My man Shu, my boy Crims. Man, these guys, like, a lot of people don't know, and they're really talented artists, tattoo artists too, you know. They're full around artists and stuff. But even my man Rhino, you know, he might not do the craziest pieces like other people, but man, he put his work, and I like the way it looks now, so now I look forward to seeing his stuff.
Shout out to Rhino KGB.
Yeah, whole KGB squad.
Yeah, let me say this, man. And being that you spent a lot of time in New York, as much as you did in Colorado, like, what's the compare the two places, man, like graph wise?
Nah, Colorado's very political. I miss it here when you just paint with your friends. You don't care about nobody else. Out there, it's about crews, and the crews stick to each other. You know, it's very political.
I don't want to cut you. When I went out there, like, you showing me like walls, and like each crew had their sections. Like this is their shit. Like, you know what I mean? That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, you know, they run their own walls. We got our own walls. They have their walls. Yeah, that's how it is, and it's always been like that. You know, and we got kids over there that've been painting for a long time, like Voice and a couple of other dudes like Swag, and those guys have their own style. They got their own clique. They stay to themselves. They don't associate much. But lately, a lot of old school writers are painting with the newer, generation, and everybody kind of gets along. Nobody really has a problem. But normally, man, I've had confrontations with dudes with knives or guns.
You kind of read my mind. See, I always known you to be very confrontational. Not because you started something, but I definitely seen that you handle a lot of business in the streets outside, off the wall, and I was personally there for. Do Colorado have that same energy? Like for you to be going through that now at the time we at? Is that energy come like that from Colorado?
Yeah, but now I'm smart, so now I just talk. I don't try to act like I'm a gangster. Some of these kids are gangsters over there, I just, half of the time they end up being cool anyway, so, they just talk, and then, some people, they don't understand. So, when I was out there, I taught high school kids how to make money out of graph, because they were more like trying to join gangs and stuff, and I told them, like, you could do it this way or you want to make money. And I like my boy Tins, he's a little Asian kid, very talented. The kid's dope, man. Was happiest kid in the world, but when I met him, he was the angriest man in the world, in high school. And he was down for his crown. The kid put his hands on anybody that said something to him. He was always down to do his thing, and now he's just a very humble, very giving, and he shares his ideas, So, people like him that I helped that I'm proud of,
Do you think that, like, because your story has been a lot of fights in graffiti, do you think that if you took those violent times out, that graph it would still be the same to you?
I probably would have quit. I just had a really bad luck. My mom didn't like me. I got kicked out of the house. It was always something stupid that happened to me. I remember one day my mom kicked me out of the house. I walk out the door, 20 dudes jumped me, you know? You remember that?
Sure did.
I went to the store, I went and grabbed a bat. I went right after the 20 dudes and I started hitting them with a bat, see how they liked it. Because, you know, like I didn't see it coming. I go inside, my mom laughed at me, like, oh, you think I feel sorry for you? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Clean my nose. I went to the store where I knew it was a bat and I went after them dudes and shit. Then, you know, all that bad energy from home just went out on the streets. And like at first I just didn't know what to do with it. And afterwards, I just released it, you know. I started hitting dudes with hammers. I didn't care. Dudes want to jump me. They're like numbers, and I'm by myself. You know, the whole no fair ones, man, that was a little unfair, you know. Remember that shit? No fair ones. Every time they see me, yo, there's no fair ones. Like, all right, dude. Sometimes I fall. Sometimes I can't run. I have asthma, you know. So I just take it like a champ and go out. And like after a while, I notice that dudes think they're hard. They hit like a girl, you know. Then I think my grandmother hit harder than half of these dudes that said that beat me up, hurt me and shit. My grandmother snuffed me twice and I'd be in the hospital. These dudes are 20 deep and I couldn't even get a scratch. You know what I mean? It is what it was.
It was part of the culture.
Yeah, it was fun though.
At that time, it was definitely like, you couldn't, I don't think that nobody could be a top person without going through physical conflict and graft at that time.
Dude, I swear to you, I can't even go to the movies. I get chased out of the movie theaters and stuff. I can't even have a girlfriend because they have more heart than I do and jump in front of me, you know. I'm like, dude, they're 20, get out of the way. Let me handle it. And they just, you know, people I guess felt bad and tried to have my back and shit, which it was cool. That's what made me brave in the end. I remember one time my sister gets into beef with her man because our ex-man said she cheated on him, you know, this whole crap and stuff. And I saw my sister cry. So I asked her, yo, sis, what happened, you know? And she's like, yo, he cheated on me. You want me to fuck him up then? And she was like, yo, don't tell mommy, right? You know? So I beat his ass. My mom kicked me out. You know, like every time. I told my mom, I said, what you want me to do? Watch my sister cry, you know? And she was like, nah, homie, I ain't ever let. Like, if I don't do it, they don't do it, you know? Sad part was he never cheated on my sister. He just took a beating for no reason, you know?
Yeah, since you've been back in New York, I hear you're going to be painting some walls.
Yeah, I try to every time I come here. Sometimes it doesn't get that easy. Last time I was here, we did that Rest in Peace for Gonzo. And me and Hops did it. So I was very excited because that's like one of my favorite writers.
So are you going to be painting some walls soon?
Yeah, I think I'm going to paint something tomorrow. I was supposed to do it today, but I didn't have a chance.
Okay. I heard this question at the Black Books and Crooks event, so I'm going to bring this question. Shout out to SR, who's the person who I heard ask this question first. But I'm going to ask you this question. Name the top 5 writers that have influenced you to the point of you becoming who you are. It could be 10, but I'm going for the show, 5. That
influenced me.
That's your truest influence on you, who you are as a writer.
First, Choco Loco, I guess. Second would be Stax YO. Third would be Jaws. Fourth would be Baltism. I guess my 5th writer would be Fourth would be Baltism. And then my 5th one, I think it would be the crew, all of us at that time. You, Nep, Ken's.
Facts.
If it wasn't for all of us being dumbasses or those little cans, what do they call those things? Testers. I would never even got it. You guys are the ones that got me into it. Oh, and Nico.
Sure, shout out to Nico.
Nico, much love.
What you call it? You know, we about to wind this down, but I'm going to ask you something also. You come from Williamsburg. How was the influence of Williamsburg graffiti on you? What was the influence of Williamsburg graffiti on you?
I don't think it was mostly Williamsburg. I think when I started hanging out in Bushwick, when I got more influence, like TCF crew.
That's the name.
Yeah, TKK, BMF at the time, which was probably the earlier YKK kids.
Sure did.
The other one's U5. A lot of U5 because most of my childhood, my neighborhood had beef for U5. So, you know, whenever they said we see U5, you slash it. I never really did what they said, but Those dudes, man, AMK, Almighty Kings, they kind of hold it down for their era. They didn't care who anybody was, and they kept that neighborhood alive, you know. But they weren't the ones that really influenced me. It was more like Nest, Zell,
Sure indeed.
KA, Tech MOB,
Whoo.
HF at the time, D-Rock, LY. Those are the kids that was writing at the same time as I was. That IMMSD, he was one of my favorites.
Facts.
He's still a good dude, man. I talk to him all the time online. But I think that the whole point of Graph to me at that time was it was to be more famous than the kids from my block. And the only way you could do that is by leaving your block. A lot of the kids in our neighborhood, they bomb, you know, but they bomb locally. You know, I painted with Cope, you know, when I was younger because of jazz. And he influenced me about getting up. And if you want to be with our crew, you had to do these things. And he was kind of a boss. And yeah, he was actually pretty right about some of the stuff. But, you know, after a while, you don't need a boss. You become your own boss.
Sure indeed.
So I no longer really, like, follow his footsteps. And, you know, you meet more writers. Like, you know, I met Chino B.Y.I., and I got a little taste of his life. And he tells me about his moments. You know, he's a very dope, you know, writer. And he's really big in the scene, just like his boy Sasha Jenkins, which is the guy that made the Wu-Tang documentary and Showtime.
Sasha Jenkins. We got to get Sasha Jenkins on the Vandal Hour. We got to get him.
Yeah, he did them stuff. Lask, which was the manager for Wu-Tang. He's a writer. TVS, TD, you know, if you watch the documentary, you learn a little more. There's a lot of graph orientation and a lot of these music artists.
Sure indeed. Sure indeed.
You know, my boy Trim, TNC, he inspired me too. Him and Chino did a lot of work, and when we were younger, we seen it up in like anywhere there was highways, I would see a Trim or a Chino area. If there was a highway in that area, you see Chino behind Kellogg's.
Sure
there was a big ass
sure
Trim KOK, Chino KOK, you know, rest in peace Hash. All these dudes from back in the days that when I met now, you know, and I get to paint with them and talk to them like Kite, you know, they tell me their war stories, they influence me. I tell them mine, they laugh, you know. It's like, you know, them dudes are like mad deep. You know, I was by myself fighting everybody, you know. I didn't have a crew. Everybody said they knew me, but nobody knew me and shit, you know. My own block didn't want to know me. I walk around, ride my bike. I even dyed my hair black just to avoid the drama for a little while, you know. They always look for my boy got jumped because of that shit. My boy Red, he got jumped for that shit, you know. They thought he was me, you know. I felt bad. I gave him $5 to get McDonald's on me, you know. That's all I could do. I told him, when you see dudes and they ask you and they say my name, Rep, homie, you run, you know. You don't stay there, you know. And he's like, well, don't you run? It's like, if I run, I get half a block and they're going to beat my ass anyway because now I'm out of breath, you know. I just stayed there and fight, you know. And if I win, I win. I lose, I lose. Half of the times, you know. It was pretty fair. I remember this dude threw a freaking garbage can at me, rolled off and hit his man, you know. It made it easier for me to work, you know. And I kept walking backwards, so finally I got to the block, and my man Shore, AMK, he fixed everything after that by himself. That dude was a hero. There were like 12 dudes with bats, and all of a sudden there's 12 dudes no bats. I was like, yeah, that's a good one, you know.
Yo, any last words you want to say to the people, man? Any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I shout out the neighborhood, man. Everybody from the projects, the whole block, man. I miss it. My man Ice, AQ, Cash, my brothers, man. Those are my favorite dudes growing up. They're all around, but I don't see them anymore. But Choco, you know, Nico, Stacks, he's not around anymore. I haven't seen him in a long time. Baltism, the whole Lookout crew, UW, Team R.
I get to speak to Stacks every month. He calls me every 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, he moved, right?
Yeah,
like Providence or something.
Yeah, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, yeah. Yeah, he got a little money.
I don't know.
He's doing better, though, thank God. I don't know. Yeah, you know, kind of just stay to myself. I walk alone, you know. Back in the days, I rep crews, and people ask me why I rep it. It's like I rep them because I like the people in the crew, you know. I walk by myself. If dudes jump me, I'm by myself. Like, oh, why you repping this crew? Or why you repping that? It's like, dude, I don't even know why you asked me. I live in Colorado, 1875 miles, you know. 36 hours away. I live with my kids and shit. You asking me about beef you have in the Bronx and Queens? Dude, I don't give a fuck about that shit, homie. When them niggas see me, they got beef, you know, I handle it. I don't need to go online and tell people, yo, suck my dick or disrespect them. I could do this shit on the streets when they see me. And believe me, homie, if you call me and you told me you want a fair one, I'll meet you. You know, I don't care about that shit. I ain't no little ass kid, you know. You know, 90s is over. This is 2019. You want to be a man, we handle it as men. A lot of people are like with the fraud and names and all. You know, dude, I don't care about none of that shit. I post pictures because I think it's cool. I care about my family than I care about anybody. These people out here, man, they don't grow, you know, they're like 45 years old, 50 years old, acting like they're 20. You know, dude, believe me, in Graph, if niggas want to have beef, they handle it. You know what? It ain't what it used to be. You ain't going to die for it. You know, don't be over here like 6ix9ine and shit playing games and shit because, yo, you know, want to be a gangster and look at you now, fucking bird, you know? I don't know what to tell people, you know? I'm from Bushwick, Williamsburg, you know? I moved to Colorado. I live a peaceful life. I paint. I don't give a fuck what nobody else does. It's none of my business what they do. If they're in my crew and you got a problem, you ask me, I'm going to handle it. You know why? Because, yo, that's my friends. And I don't handle it because of Graph. I handle my friendship, you know what I mean? I trust my friends. If you have a problem with my friend and I have to handle it, I'll do it right then and then. Because you know why, homie? That's how my mom raised me, not nobody else. That's what my mom told me. You put your hand on your brother, you put your hand on them. And that's how I see it. Most of my friends are my brothers, you know? They were more family than my family was when I was a kid, you know? So I don't like drama. I don't care about people not having friends. And I don't care if people think you're a snitch. I don't care about none of that shit. That shit does not pay my bills and shit. Graph don't pay my bills. I just do that shit for a hobby and I do it good, you know what I mean? I'm pretty good at it. People pay me to do shit, I do it. I don't care about legal, illegal, I do it all. I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? My girl broke my heart. Now I'm painting trains and fucking traveling, catching tags everywhere, you know? 44 years old, tagging on everything again. Has nothing to do with being in a crew or nothing. It's just me, you know? That's what I do. So when I was 14, I was homeless. I got up, you know? That's what I did because I had nothing better to do. You know what I mean? Now I'm heartbroken. So now I just do it again, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I might quit next week. Nah, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to teach my kids to be a writer. I'm not trying to teach nobody to ever be a writer. I just think that Graph is Graph, you know what I mean? 20 dudes jump you, you fight, you know what I mean? The only thing that matters is that you fought back. So those 20 idiots and shit for the rest of their fucking life, they could suck my dick now because you know why, homie? I got a good job and shit. Most of you are dead now, you know? So I don't give a fuck, you know? You want to be a drug addict and fucking talk about gangster life and shit, homie? Do that shit in jail. In the real streets, we got to take care of our families and handle our business on the quiet side. We're not little kids. That's all I got to say, you know?
Yo, I appreciate you for coming through.
No doubt.
Man, whenever you in New York, you know you can always stop by. You are family. You are one of the Vandal Hour guards. We're going to take a quick music break. When we come back, we have some other surprises coming up, some other people that's been putting in work in the building. I'm not going to say Bronx flavor, but yeah, we're going to go into a break, and when we come back, we have another writer on the motherfucking Vandal Hour show. Peace. Shout out to Facts on Wax. Let's go.
You have manners, I don't tell you.
Manners, we never have.
But you have manners to get through this day.
Manners.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, you have to respect the brethren there. That's how the brethren, you have to fuck up.
Shorty going on like a trees.
Manners. I heard boy talk to police. Manners. 24 with 5 children. Manners.
Smoking weed in your mom's building.
Manners. If you sell bees on the block. Manners.
When you see my mom's or my pops.
Manners.
If you ain't put no money on this bottle.
Manners. You don't want no motherfucking problems. Manners.
Beer shot a beat. When pana speak, pana beat. Spanish are my language, but that not me. Me can't chat in a patois. Watch how me do it. Flatbush, Nirvana, and grow. I am man. I walk through any block freely. In every bashment like stealing. I'm on Lennox Road, come see me. When I don't have no manners, move up, gal, you're too treachy. I take a slack, but it gotta smell like Fiji. You fucking with my cash money, BG. I'm about to murder this smoke. Easy. Big up Samo G, that's my main dog. He was upstate, chillin' in the same yard. Come to Flatbush, you better stay on. Cause my citizen out. Shorty going on like a treesh.
Manners. I heard boy talk to police. Manners. 24 with 5 children. Manners.
Smoking weed in your mom's building.
Manners. If you sell bees on the block. Manners.
When you see my mom's or my pops.
Manners.
If you ain't put no money on this bottle.
Manners. You don't want no motherfucking problems. Manners.
Manners, my girl, love me. Love me. Just love me. Manners.
Yeah. Ted the Dawn. I'm from Parkside, that's the dark side. Fighting on the block, I'm on Mars side. Don't forget your manners on our side. Don't forget your hammer on our side. I be with the yardies, panas. Show some respect, manas. Lighter, paper, grab-eyes. You don't got no read money, nigga, manas.
Ready? I got faith in you. So don't motherfucking talk shit. Cause I got faith in you.
Shorty going on like a treesh.
Manners. I heard boy talk to police. Manners. 24 with 5 children. Manners.
Smoking weed in your mom's building.
Manners. If you sell bees on the block. Manners.
When you see my mom's or my pops.
Manners.
If you ain't put no money on this bottle.
Manners. You don't want no motherfucking problems. Manners.
Manners yourself. Love you. Manners yourself.
Peace. Yo, shout out to the brother that's in the room. You know what I mean? He gave me a little tip for this bandana shit, and I feel much more comfortable. I felt like I was fixing this shit 1,000 times, and now I could breathe and talk at the same time, man. So we got another rider in the building. I know you see another brother sitting with me, and I want to introduce him, man. This dude, man, he's been coming to our events, the Vandal Hour events and shit like that. I met him there. He's doing his thing, man. I seen a couple of canvases that he's done with GS, and he's an uptown, writer who goes by the name of Kiki is in a motherfucking building. We got
Kiki KBC in the building.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Doing great, brother.
Yo, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel kind of energized. We had my man Reps in the building. We had a great graph conversation, man. You know what I mean? We like to bring our audience an understanding of this culture, not just this fucking bullshit conversation, but really like get into the mind of a writer. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So for the people who may not know Kiki's beginnings, tell us a little bit about your graph beginnings.
Well, I'm from the Bronx. BX stand up, Hybrid stand up, 170 Townsend Ave.
Yeah, okay.
I've been bombing since '96.
Okay.
You already know. I've been hitting up everything. When I was young, I used to hit everything up. I just was so amazed by graph, by the true bombers, them Robos, them fucking Joes, TDO, all them cats bombing streets hard. That's what I've been into. I really don't like them piecing and all that. I just like to hit the streets.
Everybody, grab.
I mean, I could piece, but I just like to.
Nah, nothing wrong with that. Grab. People focus on different things and graph. You know what I mean? There was a time I used to be asking questions like, there's sticker kings.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Just like you got like street kings, you got piecing kings.
You got mean street kings.
True,
I like doing everything.
There's
mean
even
streets.
scratchy kings.
Even scratchy kings.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So everybody. Some people is like to do the whole gambit. Some people like to focus on certain particulars. What's the particular you like to fuck with?
I like bombing the streets, bro. Paint. I mean, I do mops too. I do mean streets. I do it all. I just love to bomb. I love that adrenaline of somebody looking at me when I'm hitting a spot, or cars driving by, the horns,
like the rush.
while we doing a spot. Y'all niggas can't do that shit. That's why y'all mad.
You like the rush.
I love the rush. There ain't nothing better than that. Ain't nothing better than that.
So let me ask you a question. Some people like the rush. Some people like fame. Are you into fame?
I really don't even. Honestly, I'm blessed and grateful you guys invited me over here, because I was not expecting this at all. Because I don't be out there for fame. I'll be out there just to get the shit off. Yo, I don't understand how to explain it. Just like you see a spot, you want to hit it. This shit is amazing. You just want to hit it. When you see your name next to it and you just walk by, drive by, you like, yo, I did that shit. That shit crazy.
You like clean spots or dirty walls?
It don't even matter, bro. Cobra Paint hit everything. Cobra Paint go over everything. So that's what I do.
You've been writing since '96. Who was some of the people that you seen getting up during that time in the
Still
BX?
getting up right now, probably. In the BX and the whole 5 boroughs, man, there's a lot of writers.
Now, we're gonna go to the 5 bubbles, but BX wise, like some of the people that you seen doing what they do.
Near KGB, rest in peace. That's one of my favorite Bronx writers. You got Chase H.O. Oh my God, his nigga was killing shit. Says, RK, so many writers. Miser, DT, a lot of people don't know about that. All the BIA crew niggas, them Surf, Zor, Seps, all them niggas going hard in the Bronx.
I definitely seen a lot.
Back in the days.
I definitely seen a lot of. I be in the Bronx a lot. I have family that lives in the Bronx and shit like that. Shout out to all my Watson Ave niggas, my Story Ave niggas, my Westchester Ave niggas.
Shout out to High Bridge, bro.
Oh, facto. What you call it? Right now, High Bridge making a lot of noise. Too. a lot of noise.
Yeah,
but
that's a fact.
But right now, man, Graph has went through evolution. There's new kings, there's new queens, there's new everything. How you feel about what's going on in the Graph community right now?
The Graph community right now is doing well. It's a lot of writers that's going hard bombing. Not that other shit. We're going hard bombing, hitting the streets, hitting buses, hitting trains, everything. So it's looking good. There's a couple of writers out here without mentioning names. They're doing their thing, and they should get recognized, but they not because they only bombing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we need to rep these dudes too. They hitting the streets hard and doing shit that you be like, yo, this nigga is crazy on billboards, 2-story spots, climbing. They climbing this shit. They not coming out the window. They climbing it from the street in the bottom, on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I definitely, for the new age of writer, I definitely, give them a lot of respect because it's technology is at a high. You know what I mean? So to be a modern day writer, you gotta battle against technology. In my time, technology wasn't a factor. You know what I mean? They didn't catch you, they didn't catch you. So
I think it's harder to bomb now because of that reason. There's way more police officers. There's so many more nosy people in this world, in the streets. Is for you to be bombing in the streets now. When we was growing up back in the days, it was a little easier because there wasn't that many cops out in the street, and that plays a part. And so you gotta respect them even more. Niggas is hitting these spots, and it's live out here. It's like 9 million people in New York City, bro. It's live. And they getting away with it. All these bombers is getting away with this shit. Imagine if they was bombing back when we was young, bro. It would have been, we probably be talking about them now.
Yo, shout out to Anso.
Oh, hell yeah. He's a monster.
Anso is definitely doing a lot of damage, man. Shout out to that dude, man. I was talking about Beyond the Streets earlier. This big art exhibit. Did you go?
Yeah, I did. I did check that out already. There's a lot of stuff there, man. There's a lot of the Caesars and Cess is crazy. Cess exhibit is crazy. That one and that Chino one. That Chino BYE's. Those are really, and the Miss with the claw. The Miss with claw. Those are the Miss 17 with the claw. That's the stairs that they got. That's nice too. They got a lot of stuff there about New York.
How was the environment wise? Like besides just the art on the wall, how was the environment wise?
Well, it was pleasant. I ain't gonna front. It was calm. Everybody was cool. There was not that many writers when I went. I didn't go and there was a lot of writers. There was just a lot of tourists. They just so into it. They love the New York City graph, bro. They love New York City graph. The foreigners love New York City graph. They gotta support us. We gotta support our graphers out here already.
It's funny because right now there has been a surge of a lot of out-of-town writers who's doing these trains. I talk about it on every episode, but it's a lot of trains being done by a lot of these out-of-towners. That's kind of like
it's dope.
Crazy.
It is. It's dope. Crazy. They come and hit it up real fast, one hit wonder, let it rock, and they get away with it. They know what they're doing. That's why they moving militant. They moving that style they doing from their country. So they just doing it fast and they getting it done. You gotta hit it. You gotta go for it. You want it. You gotta go for it. You gotta get it. This shit is not gonna be there.
Music wise, man, a lot of dudes when they go bombing like myself, I used to like to throw one ear with some music in my ear, with just one ear, because you got to be aware. Did you ever do the music?
Nah, I don't. I like to be focused. I don't even smoke bud when I go bombing, bro.
Oh my God,
I straight up. My whole adrenaline and my whole energy is coming from the paint and coming from the. Yo, you good. I don't need to smoke bud because my whole vibe is gonna be lit, and I need to be on
We
point when you out
different.
there. I know.
Different.
I
No, we
know,
different.
we definitely
No, it's funny,
do.
I used to do rooftops, man. Like we used to focus on the rooftops a lot, and we used to be up there getting high. I'm not gonna lie to you. We got once we up there, once we was up there, and nobody know you there. Motherfucker, we sit back, look at this shit, and be like, yo, how we gonna attack this? We already got our color scheme.
You done wasted 3 hours already though, man. You could have hit mad other spots.
We
man.
not there too long, but enough to the weed will be burning while we're doing what we're doing. It was a different time.
Definitely.
I'm old school. I'm old school.
Yeah.
But
I used to smoke before when I used to go bombing. I don't know now. I don't smoke. I smoke, but I just don't smoke while I'm bombing. It's just different. I don't know. I'd rather smoke after. Like, yeah, I just killed 5 or 6 spots, hot boy spots. Boom, I'm gonna smoke now.
All right, here's something for you. Do you still do like canvases and books and shit like that?
Yeah, I still hit up canvases and some black books here and there.
So when you doing your canvas or a black book, what's some of the music you listening to while you doing it?
Shit, Wu-Tang, I definitely fuck with the Wu. And Benny the Butcher, bro. Yo, Benny the Butcher, but any West Side Gun, all of them, bro. I like to listen to M sometimes, bro. I listen to anything, man, for real. Honestly.
Yo, I was speaking about Benny the Butcher earlier. My bandana kept falling down.
Top 5, definitely.
It had me fucked up and fucking up my delivery because my man Sosa said my beginning was trash. You know what I mean? He didn't say it like that. But he basically said your rhythm was like a white boy to hip hop. You know what I mean? And so I'm actually crushed behind this.
It happens, bro.
But my man, the guard is in the building, gave me a little tip. You know what I mean? Told me like how to fix my joint up, put the earphones to hold it up, and now I'm feeling much more, Black Howard Sternish.
Hell yeah, the guard.
Now, you know what I mean?
He talking about Harm 8. Shout out to Harm 8.
Yo, shout out to the guard, man. Shout out to the guard. I don't know, my man.
He the Newark King, the fucking Jersey bully, nigga.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, man. I met the guard before. Them videos, man. I'm gonna go into no details, but the video style we were speaking about, I was like, your shit is fly, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It gives me a nice. When I watch those shits, I was like, man, I remember those times. You know what I mean?
He woke me up. He woke me up. I moved out there, and he showed me the way, bro. He showed me how to do it down out there, and we just get busy out there, bro.
It's a whole different
new
vibe
environment, man.
You know what it is? Jersey is like, and for the people who don't really go outside of New York, but Jersey it's like an old New York vibe.
Yeah, that's what I get. I get the 125, the old
Bronx
South Bronx.
yeah,
the old South Bronx vibe.
So it's really a thing of, are you real enough to even want to go out there and do it? You know what I mean? Like let me give you an example. We was talking about graph and shit like that, and there was a time that there's certain areas you couldn't go to. I'm not gonna say me, but a lot of people wouldn't go to paint because it's just not. It's not sweet and dandy. i.e. Brownsville, East New York. You know what I mean? To this day, I'm gonna keep it I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. To this day, there's certain writers that I don't see in these areas. Like I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're not gonna see it.
And you're not gonna see it either.
You're not.
Because them areas is still the way it is.
Yeah.
So speaking of Jersey, if you're not on that vibe in New York, I definitely know how.
I advise whoever come out here do their homework first. This shit is real in Jersey. These niggas think
Camden and all this shit, motherfuckers. Camden, New Jersey was the highest murder rate at one point in time.
We not even gonna talk about that.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying.
Need to move. Niggas just need to move.
I'm just saying
the right way and come at your own.
You gotta know how to move. You gotta move militant.
Yeah, bro.
You gotta move militant. But
don't even come, cause you might get something might happen to you coming over here painting over there in Jersey. Them niggas don't play.
Let me say this: How do you feel about the contrast of areas, New York versus the Jersey scene?
Bro, we could hit both areas the same way. I feel like that, but just I'm in Jersey now, bro. That's what it is. Sometimes I go to Philly. Sometimes I go to Baltimore. We ain't come uptown yet. We haven't come up northeast yet. We gonna do the northeast section though.
Yo, Philly,
pretty soon.
Philly Graph is
That's another
it's
scene
a dope
right there.
scene,
Fucking
man.
awesome, bro.
It's a dope scene, man. Shout out to Karma, man. It's a dope scene.
Shout out to Crown. Shout out to Chrome.
Yo, they got
BTM.
They hairstyles is definitely funky,
Fresh, bro.
funky, real graph shit. You know what I mean? But they got a dope scene. If you into writing and you really about this, and you want to maybe see some things, go out the boroughs and go to other places and see what's going on. You know, some scenes, you know, like Connecticut got a dope scene out there on the low. If you don't
it's
know,
smooth out there too.
you know what I mean? I can name a few
It's
areas
low out
outside of New York that has good graph scenes.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But let me say this, man. Music-wise, you said the Benny the Butcher. Who else you said?
Shit, Royce the 5'9" is fire to me. Eminem, of course, or the whole Wu-Tang.
The Benny the Butcher thing. Who? What album are you talking about? Anything in specific? Any songs that stand out to you that you like? Yo,
Oh my God,
this shit is hard right here.
There's 1,000 songs, bro. Everything he spit is fire. There's no need to say one. It's just everything he spit. He never spit no fake shit. Yeah, just
Word is
the
bond.
Zelda playlist, bro. Just for that. We don't even
Yo, you ever
play everything.
You ever listen to El Camino?
That's one of my favorite tracks.
Yo, son shit is hard too, man. Son shit hard too, man.
And the shit goes with graph. Like, you hear that shit and you just want to go paint, man. I want to hurt a wall. You want to treat a wall. That's all you want to do. Bro.
That's on the way to the spot. Listen.
Hell yeah, that's on the spot.
And the music goes with it.
That's why I fuck with it. So
The Warrior music.
he
gets
put
you
me
hyped.
onto that shit hard. Harm 8 put me onto that shit hard. I used to listen to it a little bit, but when I started fucking with Harm, it was over. That's it. It's just Benny, and that's it.
Yo, shout out to Sunez who put me on to Benny the Butcher, El Camino, the whole Griselda. I wasn't into Griselda until like 6 months ago. I'm late.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because I'm like a year and a half in with you, so don't even worry about it.
I'm late, so I'm going through old albums, the Conway.
Yeah, me too. I'm doing all that shit. Yeah, me too. Hell yeah. Special 38 Special. Hell yeah. What?
Yo, man, we have a list of stuff I was supposed to ask. I didn't look over there. But there's one thing there's one thing I do want to ask is the name Kiki. How did you come up with it?
Yeah, my mom, bro. My mother's a crazy Cuban lady. That's all I'm gonna tell you. She used to scream my name out the window. In the neighborhood I lived in, we was the only Spanish, so that's it. They thought she was saying Kiki, and it stuck in the hood. Niggas started calling me Kiki. I had to fight over that shit for like 2 years, 3 years, but wound up keeping it and saying, fuck it, I'm gonna just start hitting the streets with this shit. KBC, that's how that shit started.
KBC, I remember KBC. Who's some of the
Kings Beyond Control, Nova, Free Nova, Seam, Kane,
Oh wow.
East, Coast, Star, TSK, what up?
Shout out to the homie Star. Always supporting the Vandal Hour, putting us on to a lot of writers also.
Earn SM, Oval, VOP.
That's some of the people that we got to interview too.
Yeah, you definitely got to interview Ovi also. He got a lot of
we
graph
interviewed
history.
Ovi.
You did?
Oh, between me and you.
OVSM, definitely.
Me and Ovi, OVIE talking about?
Yeah, OVIE, yeah.
Ovi is my comrade for over 20 years. I actually wrote with him and his old graffiti partner was
shout out to
Nex.
The Truth.
Nex, back in the day, he used to write with a dude named Nex. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
he did. That's old.
He moved to Greenpoint back in the days, and that's way over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You're not there no more, but over 20 years ago, and that was one of my bombing partners in my early time. He's been on the Vandal Hour. I also did an article. I interviewed him for Felon magazine. If you never checked out that article, make sure y'all check out that OV article that I wrote in that Felon magazine. It was a dope article.
He's speaking the truth on that
That's the
shit.
people's.
Yeah.
That's the people's. He's
That's
a good
the people's champ.
He's a good dude. We had OV on. We had Cope on. We had Chino on. Vandal has interviewed over 300 writers.
That's what's
Easy.
And again, I'm blessed and thankful for having the opportunity, of course.
Without question, we do a lot of events. We need your shit in our events. If you got any artwork that you want to put in our events, it would be dope. We always got things going on. We would love to have you involved.
I appreciate that.
Let me say this, man. If you had a 5-year bid, man, right, and you had your choice to do art, right, and you could only choose one medium, like spray paint, marker, whatever. What medium would you do in art for those 5 years?
If I was in prison, you saying?
Sure, indeed.
You can't bring no spray paint to prison.
Nah, I'm just saying,
if I had a
like,
choice, I
imagine,
would
yeah.
take the paint, of course, bro. I'm taking the paint 1,000 times over the fucking markers. Before you gonna do a marker, the shit could fade away.
Yo,
but with the markers, you can make bread.
You
know what I'm
I'm about to
saying? Like, I
say.
could do that. So I think I might take the markers and then that hold niggas down too. Niggas respect the artists in prison.
Yeah,
That's a
between me
fact.
and you, the graph artist is the guy who makes
Everything,
the cards.
yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of dudes sending their wives shit. It came from the drawings, the portraits.
I ain't gonna front. I did that shit while I was in there. I met Doms in there.
Shout
out to Dom's KOC, bro.
Shout out to the guard, Dom's KOC also, yeah.
I met him in there, yeah, doing the same shit, drawing on shit.
Comrade of the show. Yeah, I like to, sometimes I just come off the top of my head with some shit, and that's just off the top of my head. Any last words or shout out you want to give to the Vandal Hour audience?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the whole Vandal Hour for having me here. I want to give a shout out to Giggles for holding it down also. A shout out to Harmade again, all my Jersey fam. I want to give a shout out to Answer. I want to give a shout out to Jamo, Zexa. I want to give a shout out to Earn SM Star, all my crew from the Bronx, everybody from the Bronx, my brother Gio.
Yo, shout out to all those people you just gave a shout out to, but shout out to the Vandal Hour guards and queens, Brat, Giggles, Facts on Wax, June 457, the Bring It Back dude. I always forget my man's name. Not his name, but in my rollout, I always forget my man's names. Shout out to New Rican, aka Nesk, aka the Bring That Back dude. Shout out to E Sinatra, Sosa, Strip Club Swift, everyone who adds on and help out, Greaseball, Made for Kings, who help make the Vandal Hour what it is. It's 6 seasons, 5 years going on. We've been around the block a couple of times, like J-Lo, man, in her early years in the Bronx.
Heard that.
You dig where I'm coming from? So, I'm going to shout out our new intern, Chase, who is rolling up right now.
That fire.
Oh, wait, time out. Before we close out and get into some music and shit like that, I thank y'all for tuning in to the Vandal Hour. Check us out at www.sstreetmedia.info. Before we go out, we have merchandise. Hey, yo, God, my shit was fucking up and it fucked up my beginning. So I'm back, like cooked crack, no cut, only baking soda, fluff it up, type shit. We got merchandise, man. Hold it before we do the merchandise. Hold it for a sec. I'm still talking. No dead air. No dead air. No dead air. La 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 la. No dead air. We got merchandise for sale. Sosa, let me see our S.STREET Media shirt.
Woo! Woo! Niggas ain't ballers.
We're gonna do that one more time.
Yeah.
We know what he didn't go to college for. He didn't get no scholarship for the ball thing. We got these S.STREET Media shirts, man. If you watching what S.STREET Media is doing, we are taking over media. The evolution of media is us. Hold it for a second. We got other shit going on. Let me see that 1718 collective thing.
Ooh, I like that one. That's nice.
1718 collective. Merchandise, man. $20. Hit us up. Come to an event.
Support your local artists.
Yeah, support the local artists. Shout out to Double M Printing, Mike Mega, my man, for putting these things together. We got them for sale. DM us.
Ooh.
Hold it for a second. Yo, Vandal Hour bandanas, $5. You come with $4, I give it to you. Support the cause. It's about the bread. It's about the support,
That's
man.
right.
Oh, pardon me. I did the wrong thing. They're $15 in scrapyard. Wrong pricing thing. I was talking about my WB bandanas. My WB bandanas is $5. You come with $4, I give it to you. But when my scrapyard joints, these are at scrapyard on Canal, $15. Support the cause, support the movement. This is what it is. This is the flag. My man Reps is the one who designed the handwriting.
That's right.
Support the motherfucking cause. We're going on 5 years doing this. We need your support. We are broke people from New York City.
We got broke, starving artists.
Word is born. Broke billionaires.
Facts.
That's my little
Living the
thing.
dream, bro.
You dig where I'm coming
Living
from?
the
Style by
fucking dream.
poverty. Style by poverty. Hashtag style by poverty. But check this out. This is another dope episode of the Vandal Hour that is over. Thank y'all for tuning the fucking mathematics. That's Sosa. This is Kiki. Shout out to
KBC, Kiki KBC.
Yo, shout out to Raps who was here. My WB family. Shout out to my man Chase in the motherfucking building. They shouted him out already. Motherfucking 8. GS is in the motherfucking building. This is the Vandal Hour. Fuck you. Pay me. You got some music for me? And we out here. Peace.
Could have been better.
Damn, Chase.